Hello, 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 my people. We are live on the YouTubes. Good morning, good morning, good morning. A softer, nicer voice this morning, a softer, nicer approach. As I get set up, let's see here. If we can go here, then we go here and go live now. Control V, and then we Control C this entire thing, and then we hit Enter. Then we come over to the Bored Apes. And we go to chart add-in. Okay, Control V. Okay, we hit up some apes. We come to the funding, trading. And we do that. And then we come over to the bandits. Come over to the trading chat. And we do that. And there it is. So we hit up some of our discords. Yay, yay. We got no one in here yet. Let me put the link to the dot card in the comments section. In the comments section. Let's send that. At the same time, my phone is blowing up. Let's put that on mute. Themselves. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what? Okay, I'm going to stop that. My bad. Okay, guys, check it out. We have continuing jobless claims, initial jobless claims, and jobless claims of the 4 weeks coming up. Hold up. This is third. Fed Chow. This fucker's speaking again? What? What up, Chris? What up, Chris? We got this fucking... I didn't even see yesterday with this... I call them all dipshits. Anytime there's a chairman of the Fed spanning back from Alan Greenspan, Ben Bernanke, and all the rest of them, I just call them dipshits. So, true story, when I was a young man, I worked for Mobile Oil, and I was an AutoCAD guy, and I was designing gas stations. In my office, well, literally, it was just... I had 4 cubicles. They're all mine. Well, I'll take that back. Me and an engineer, we had 4 cubicles, and they were ours. And I had 2 of the cubicles, and he had the other 2 cubicles, and we were the quote-unquote like engineering department, whatever. So I would design gas stations all day, and he would use his engineering stamp and approve my drawings before I sent them to the city of Houston to get approved. Long story short, he was a trader. This is back in the 90s, early 2000s, so there was no computers. I mean, we had computers, but he wasn't trading on a computer. He wrote everything down, hand wrote everything in a book. Craziest shit ever seen. This is how I got into being curious about trading. But anyways, he would always talk shit about Alan Greenspan. He said every time that idiot gets up on stage and says anything about the money, your supply, or monetary situations, whatever, the market fucking plummets. Or the S&P in particular, he day traded S&P. And so ever since then, I just called them all dipshits because I learned that from him. They need to shut their fucking mouths. And yeah. Okay, so also news. I have a sore throat. Oh, you'll be hearing me probably munch on these fucking cough drops. Okay, so we have news in 7 minutes. So let's not fuck around this morning. I am in NASDAQ buys. If you're not in NASDAQ buys, that sucks because I literally called out the re-entry right here on the 78.6. It did not hit the 78.6 perfect. You are a few pips away. But look, guys, I haven't touched these charts from yesterday. All right, there is the same orange line that we had yesterday, and it touched it to the pip. I mean, to the pip. Look at that. All right, so you may be asking yourself, well, Nick, how did you find that orange line? Well, that's very easy. You go to the line chart, and this is what we do. You look at different time frames, but you know, the smaller time frames you get, the more the line gets more detailed, right? And we see this is how I had these lines. Look at where this line, where these bottoms touch, bottom, and it, you know, these tops aren't perfect, okay, but this top right there is perfect. And so what I do, look at this top right here is perfect. So if you zoom out a little bit, look at this top right here. All right, so the idea is when you look on the line chart, you can see these are all candle closes. If we come to like the 2 hour or the 4 hour, you know, it changes a little bit. But for the most part, we're looking for tops that meet bottoms. And wherever you have a situation where there's a lot of tops that meet a lot of bottoms, you can draw a line there. And you can use that for extra confluences. So we have a top here, we have a top, we have a top, but we have no bottoms. So this line right here is not the greatest because it really doesn't support it as far as the bottoms. You're looking for tops and bottoms. So that's how I had that orange line, and look, it hit it perfectly and went. So that was the re-entry. So now, how are we going to manage this trade? So I'm in TP1 until here. I have just thought about this, and there's the double top, so there's liquidity. So I would feel comfortable taking half here and then protecting, because this could come up to the 236 and then shoot off and come down and target all this bottom liquidity. So if you're not in NAS, the fucking YouTube thing is giving me the same error. Excuse my language. If you're not in NAS stock, then you know, perhaps there's a selling opportunity here. On the 2 hour, not oversold yet. 1 hour, we're getting there. So there could be a sell opportunity coming up this morning here. And we're just a few pips away from taking partials. Actually, matter of fact, since we're so close to news and we're so close, I'm just going to take half of this now. All right, I'll put half in the bank, and I'm going to protect now. So my rule is, if you're going to take partials, then you might as well protect, right? And then I have my TP way up at the extension. So my runner TP is way up here. Actually, it's, you want to be precise, my runner TP is right there. All right, so I'm in this buy in this area down here, and my TP is now there, and I've just broken even because TP1 just got hit. All right, it's close enough for me to consider it being hit. All right, we're looking for this double top. That's now liquidity, and so I expect it to get hit. I expect it to blow straight through here and go to at least this 236. All right, so now check this out, guys. The 236 extension on this buy fib. This is it's printing the second leg. The TP for the first leg is right at the 236 of the buy fib, which is also the 236 of this fib. Okay, and I'm sure if we do one of these handy dandy sell off fibs, it's right at the 7. I mean, look how they match up perfectly. Not so much on this buy fib up here, it's just a little bit off, so we can delete that. But the 236 on the extension matches up with the 78.6 on the sell retracement. So there is a good possibility we're going to see a rejection right here. So maybe I should have held my TP all the way up there, but you know what, guys? That's not a bad pip right there, right? So if I was in this area here and I just TP'd, it was 230 pips, TP1. So I'm not mad at it. We're good there. Same thing. We're going to hold this on. I'm not protected. I did take a couple pips yesterday, probably right about in this area, just so I can put some money in the bank. But I haven't protected, and we're waiting for this to go. So now, if we see these tops in this area right here, and we see these tops kind of in this area right here as well, you could say that's TP1. I mean, if you want to take TP there, it's not a bad decision, right? But I also zoom out, and I see all of these tops right here. So my real TP1 needs to be up here. So I'm going to let this run, and hopefully this news that's about to drop doesn't smash me. But what I'm thinking is, what I'm hoping is this pushes up, takes out this liquidity before we see any sort of turnaround or sell-off. This could set all-time highs. I recognize that. If we come out to the 4 hour, we got 3 minutes till news. If we come out to the 4 hour, I mean, yeah, it could smash through all. Obviously, it can do anything it wants to. It can smash through all this. But we're hoping that this was liquidity it got on the bottom side, like this blocks right here. It took that out, and it was finding this area here as the true swing point, this order block right here, and then it pops back off. So we're hoping to really we'd love to see all-time highs, because my runner would go there. So I'm going to take TP here. I'm going to take half off here if it gets there, and then I'm going to move to break even, and then I'm going to let the rest run. Now, I do realize that perhaps that there is a sell opportunity, right? So if we're in buys, where are the sellers? So there could be a sell opportunity sitting in this zone up here, because what happens is liquidity would have been taken out. Right here is liquidity that could have gotten smashed, and therefore they could be using this as the new swing top for sells. All right, and that is the first leg. That is completion of the second leg. It could come up here and then make the third leg. So that, I do see that. I'm hoping it doesn't do the full Elliott third wave leg. 1, 2, up, down, smash. So perhaps, again, we're also trading with the momentum. So perhaps there's a T smash through these tops right here. Find that as an order block and turn around. So put in the chats. What up, Cody? Are you guys able? Is this am I even connected? Because it says no data. Can you guys hear me? Is this connected? My OBS is saying no data. It says I'm running. My CPU usage is very high, but can you guys hear me? Let me know. Okay, now it's saying I'm back on. Excellent. Hopefully you guys did not get cut out there. My OBS studio is going back and forth, but if you did get cut out, what I was trying to say was there's a possible, let me just delete some of this. There's a possible entry for sales here. I'm not sure. Yeah, okay, cool. You guys are here. I'm saying there's an order block right here, and we do have a top. So I mean, if you look at our strategy on a smaller situation, on a smaller time frame, let me delete a lot of this. Too many lines in here. All right. So if you do look at our strategy on a smaller time frame, we do see starting to get oversold. We do have this order block, this consolidation of candles that led to this gigantic sell-off. So that's what an order block is, guys. Anytime you have a consolidation of candles back and forth, and then all of a sudden a huge move, you know there was a lot of money inserted into the market right there that leads to this gigantic sell-off. So that's the order block. So it could come back up here, take out these wicks, retest this order block, and then sell back off. I'm fully aware of that. But I personally would like to see these candles here, all of this liquidity zone get taken out and have this be a failed order block and this breakthrough, take out this stuff, and then sell off, if it's going to sell off. Again, we are looking for all-time highs. So now that is the news out? Okay, news is out. And what's NASDAQ doing? Okay, so NASDAQ's still pushing. So news didn't have that great of an effect on the market yet, which is good because I'm in buys and I don't want it to go crazy and start selling off. So I'm fucking stoked for that. Okay, let's do some strategy slash let's do some talk. Let's refine some of the skills for some of you guys that have some questions. Let me do this. Let's just look at NASDAQ for now, and we will concentrate on NASDAQ. So I took TP1 a few minutes ago. Maybe it's just a few pips early, but hey, a few pips early is okay. A few pips late, that would suck, right? So let's just delete a lot of this stuff. Okay, so let's talk. Before we get started, is Wayne in here? Wayne, are you in the video? We only have 4 people in here. It's kind of slow today. Let's see. Let's come to here. Let's come to here. Let's see if he's in here. Yo, are you in here? It would help if I could spell the. Okay. Okay, cool. You're in here. Okay. So let's do this then. I know that you had some talks and you had some questions about what liquidity is, right? So we'll get, just for the hell of it, we'll start on bigger time frames. So what I like to think of liquidity is any time in the market that you have large insertions of money where the market is going to move, okay? And this is just on a bigger time frame. We'll go down to the smaller time frames. But what I'm trying to say is that there are people who are inserting money, and particularly banks, in these situations, here and here, here, right? On the sell side, sell, buy, right? So if we know that there's large movements where banks had to have put a lot of money, and on the flip side, there's retail traders who do the same thing. So if we come down to, let's do a smaller time frame, okay, and we see that people, if you think about where the money is, okay, and where the money had to have been inserted for the market to move. So let's look on the sell side. So this is a bullish market, okay? So if we're in a bullish market and we want to buy it, let's look at where liquidity is above us so we have targets. So if the market was building up and then all of a sudden it sold off, okay, we can assume that there's a large amount of money being inserted right there, okay? Once that has sold off, the retail traders are going, yo, how do we jump in this market? Okay, well, there's a little order block in Asian session more than likely, and we sold off again. Well, if you fib a retracement, guess what this is? This is now the retail traders putting money in to buy back up, right? A little buy back up, a little down, a little buy, a little down, buy, down, buy. Okay, so if we think about it, there's going to be retail traders then selling here, because if you fib this top to bottom, guess what? This is why we play the fibs. Where is it at? It's right in our 78, 88.6 area. It's right there. So that's a sell zone. There are people, banks and retail traders alike, selling right there. On the flip side, now what's the target on the sells, right? Well, look at this Elliott wave. Push up, push up. Look at these wicks. Up, up, up. So we know that people are inputting money in here to drive this market back up. Okay, so if we're going to sell, if all these people here are jumping into sales, what is their target? It's going to be all of this liquidity. Okay. Also, now that we're zoomed in a little bit, look at these wicks. Okay, so this is the target. Well, look where it hit. Okay, so this is now a double bottom. So we had the banks pushing money here. We had retail people push the money back up. Then we had the banks insert some more money to smash all these people. And that's exactly what it did. What's their target? The target's this, because now we have a double bottom. Okay, so if you were to get into these sells up here with the banks, what is your target? The double bottom. What happened? The double bottom got taken out just as we expected. The price came a little bit lower, and now what happened? This is why I play the strategy the way I do. Now what happened? Okay, well, look where it came to. Look where the very bottom was. Is right on our 78.6. I mean, it's right there within a pip. Okay, so now that we're thinking, okay, well, now there's buyers sitting here. Okay, that's where the buyers were sitting. And look what happened. This then, we delete all this, is an order block. Because look at all the money that must have been inserted right there for this market to just tank, not tank, but just to explode like that, rocket off, right? So now all of this liquidity has been taken out. Well, what's their target? We know that a large amount of money was inserted here and here for these sells. So the target, if you see this engulfing candle, the target is going to be this top, because that's where the money is being put, these two tops. And guess what? It hit it. And then now what? It's consolidating. Okay, it's consolidating, gathering orders, gathering more retail people to put money in, and then it shot off. So this then is the order block. This is where the money was inputted. Now, if you want to get more, more detailed, you could look at this specific spot, because that's the last little area in the buy candles and sell candles, the last little block that led to this gigantic buy off. So then, where's the liquidity? We know there's a lot of money sitting right here at this bottom, because that was the rocket. Okay, what's the target? The bottom. Right there. And look what happened. It came back and got the bottom. Again, this is why we played the fibs. While I was hoping it would do the 78.6, it actually came a little bit deeper. But look at where our stop loss is below it. This is our protection, okay? So then what happened? It's buying up. But look what it's not doing. It's not rocketing off, okay? So I see this now as not a rocket. Look at the market. This is a rocket. That means this market has grabbed liquidity and it's off to the races. It has everything it needs. It's coming to target the highs, okay? This is not doing that. You see how it's screwing around? So I'm going to leave a runner in anticipation that in case it does an all-time high, but I'm not 100% confident that this is the liquidity that it needs. A, because it left a double bottom. It left liquidity below on the double bottom. This is going to get taken out, okay? What we need to figure out then is where is liquidity on the top side for that, what is this targeting? Okay, we have the Elliott wave, 1 push, 2 push, maybe we'll get a 3rd push, right? But we really don't want this top to get broken, right? We kind of want it to hold this, and then our target would be this double bottom. To do what? Come back into our fib zone on the higher time frame, because we know that this is then the fib from here to there. Now, I'm not saying it's going to hit perfectly inside of our box, but this is getting us an area of interest, is in our buy box. That's why it's down there. All right. So what we need to do then, and I mean, if you're a fair value gap trader, there's the fair value gap for there. Okay. And what do I mean by fair value gap? Let's look at that since we're here. Fair value gap. Okay, there's a million different ways. People can probably argue with me on this one. But here's the sell candles that came down. It bought off. As a matter of fact, we could probably even do this fair value gap to there. There's the last sell candle. And then it straight buys. The market has been selling back off to the bottom of this candle. So there is a gap right here that the market has not had any chance for sellers to get out of their positions. It's just buys. It's just it's not a healthy market. This is a healthy market. Down, up, blah 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 blah. And you'll see all the candles. Now if you look, let's say fair value gap right here. Now look at this. There's a buy candle, and we have this gap here because the next buy candle is there. There's a little fair value gap. Guess what happened? It got smashed. All right. So the fair value gap is just a gap in the market where it has had no retracement. It has had nothing, and it doesn't have this retracement until there. So we know that there's a fair value gap sitting below us. We now know that there is liquidity sitting below us where we're at now. So we use these tools, the fair value gaps, liquidity, double bottoms, blah, 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 to give us an insight of where the market might need to go, where it is possibly going. Okay, so now that we have confluences below us, we have a sell zone right here, we have liquidity, and we have a fair value gap. There's 3 different reasons for this market to come down. I'm not saying it is, but we're starting to think about possibilities. Okay, we got into now a buy, and guess what? It's not rocketing off. That lets me know that this is not true liquidity. It did not grab true liquidity like it did right here. Okay. It's screwing around just like it did right here. Buy up a little bit down, buy up a little bit down, buy up a little bit down, and then rocket back off to take out this double bottom to find liquidity. It's literally doing the exact same thing. Okay, that means perhaps we need to be looking for sells at the top up here. And it's exactly what I'm going to be doing. I'm not going to close this runner. I've hopefully have moved it to break even, which I did. Okay, and now that we're sitting here talking about it, perhaps I should move my 30 to break even as well. All right, my 30's at break even as well. But now we're starting to formulate a plan, guys. You see why the higher time frames are really what we need to be on the 2 hour? Because now we see this stuff. Now it kind of makes sense, right? As we talk about it. Well, look, this is below us. This is below us. The fucking liquidity is below us. Why is this market not aggressively buying up? Well, because this is probably not true liquidity. It probably needs to come up here, take out this liquidity, which is our target now. This is our TP1, which we just took. Okay, if you're in the trade yesterday, the day before, that was our entry was down here. We just took TP1, so there's a successful trade. And now we're going to be patient, let this market come all the way up to this 236. Okay, and when it gets in this 236 area and or this order block area, there's the last buy candle. All right, that's a virgin buy candle that has not been retraced. When it gets into this area, we're going to look for sells. Okay, so there's the 236 on the buy, but we're really looking for sells, right? So what do we need to do? We need to draw the sell fib, top to bottom, right there. Okay, now look where this last buy candle is, right in our 78, 88.6 area. So there's starting to be 2 confluences for sells. So now we've got 5 actually. So we have the last virgin buy candle. We have the fib zone. We have the liquidity, fair value gap, and buy zone below. We're starting to get overbought on the RSI. So, I mean, we're looking at 5 to 6 confluences. When this liquidity gets taken out, stack another one. So we're starting at 5, 6, 7 confluences of why this market needs to sell. The only thing we really have going against us is the fact that it's so bullish. So we need to be patient, right? This is when the patient games and the not over leveraging game comes into play. If you really want to be patient, if you're the person who can take one trade a week or one trade every 2 weeks, then you wait for all this shit to play out, and then you just take the buy down here, right? Because that's the safest trade in the world. But in the meantime, right? In the meantime, we just booked 230 some. I just booked 230 something pips, right? In that area. And hopefully we can catch a sell in this area and we can book, a cool 700 pips. And then after that, we're looking to book all-time highs, right? Now, I don't know if this is going to happen, but we have a plan in place. And we're going to react to the market as it happens. So there goes NASDAQ, okay, taking out liquidity just like we wanted it to do. This is playing out exactly like we wanted. Let's look at 30. 30 is coming up to fill up these wicks. And honestly, I don't know. I know a lot of people will play this trend line like this. And perhaps there's the TPs here. I'd like to see this TP1 get smashed. But I don't know. Like the US30 doesn't look quite as clean as the NASDAQ does because we do have this liquidity up here. As a matter of fact, I take that back. You know what? I really would have liked to have seen this thing just leave the market and be gone. And it hasn't done that, but it did give us a double bottom. It gave us the W, okay? And so this could be, there's your double, there's your W. This could be it. So I'm going to continue to hold this, the majority of my position, until it hits up here. I'm going to hold this one, okay? It's a little bit different than NASDAQ. We got to play it a little bit different. Make up your own decisions on where you want to TP. You could very well TP, right here. Once it clears this liquidity, you could wait for it to hit in this order block right here. You could wait for it to hit up there. I think I'm going to try for the bigger target and go. I just protected, so it's a zero risk trade. I booked pips already. I protected, therefore this is a winning trade. So there's 2 winning trades this week on 30, one on NAS. Okay, so if we do step back just a bit we do see that there is. Well, I mean, this is kind of what we were hoping for on NASDAQ, right? We have liquidity, top liquidity on bottom. It took out the bottom liquidity just to clear. This is another reason why I want to hold this one, because it's already taken out the bottom liquidity and it's holding this as buy zone. The only problem is it didn't leave the market. It did give us a double bottom, like not really a double bottom, but like a W. So let's hold that one. Now, this is a little bit different, as you can see, because this still has this double bottom. Like it hasn't. Well, I mean, it's just different because the formation is different and the charts just look different. Let's not overanalyze why they're different. They're 2 different charts and they have 2 different price actions. Okay, so on this price action, I think that there's a possibility for us to stall here and then sell back in for the real buy down here. Okay, so I hopefully on that little spill that we just had, we covered what is liquidity. Liquidity is where the market has left money or inserted large amounts of money, and that is a target. Double bottoms, double tops is a clear liquidity. Triple tops, bottom, blah, 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 even more liquidity. When you have a trend line set up like on 30, all right, when you have this trend line like this is all liquidity below it. There's money in here, money in here, money there, money there. 4 different places where money has been inserted into the market. Guess what? This is probably retail traders buying up on a trend line. Okay. Now let's think about this. If what is really liquidity? Like why is it called that? What is it? Because that's where the market has orders being set. So if there was people buying this and then they bought off this trend line, this trend line, okay. Let's say that these people have now taken some profit and they've moved to break even. Okay. These people have probably done the same. All right. Or let's just say these people are dumb, right? And they have a stop loss sitting right there. Okay. We have some smart people and we have some dumb people. So then what does that mean? These people were buying, and if they have stop loss at break even, that means they must sell the market in this area. Okay, these people must sell the market in this area because they're buying. So the banks know because they have the computers that tell them where people's stop losses and shit are. These people that own brokers and own, whatever broker, ABC broker, can sell that information where everyone's stop losses are to people who pay for them. Why can't they do that? So the banks can buy and know where everyone's entries and stop losses are. Duh. So guess what? They know that all the stop losses, let's say if the situation's right here. So there's people who must sell the market right here. Or let's say their stop losses are down here. They haven't. Okay. They're buying, their stop losses are down here. So what the banks will need to do then, if the banks want to really buy the market up because the market is what? Bullish. Okay. The market's bullish. What do they want to do? They want to come down and smash these people and let all of these stop losses hit. Okay. Because they're selling the market here. They've bought, but really because they have break evens and stop losses really means they're selling there. So if they push the market below, for every buyer that must be a seller, now the banks can start buying down here because all these people's stop losses, which are really selling, are right there. So this is how this flows. So as opposed to being the retail trader who continues to take trades every time you see a trend line touch, okay? Oh, look, guys. Look at this beautiful trend line. I'm going to fucking get on this trend line. And I'm going to buy up, I'm going to buy up, I'm going to buy up. Hey, that's great. Do that. By all means. Do that. Protect and take your pips and get the fuck out. All right? If you can do that, if you can be a bandit, by all means, do it. I'm just telling you that eventually, when you get 3 or 4 touches on this trend line, this is going to break because these banks are going to target your stop losses on all of these trades. Okay, this is why your boy Andy Peters trades trend line breaks. This is why so many people trade trend line breaks, because they realize once this breaks, it's taking out all this liquidity. Their TP, I'm guessing, I don't really know their strategy on TPs, is probably that dot, right? If you're on Carbon Capital, you have a dot, probably that dot right there. And what's their second TP? Probably the second dot. Well, guess what? Do you think it's going to reach all the way down here? Perhaps it is, but perhaps it won't. So that's where I'm not 100% sure on where he does his TPs. I don't take his trades, right? And I don't trade that way. So I don't know. He's a phenomenal trader. He's my first mentor and showed me a lot. But I didn't find that good for me. So more than likely what he's going to do is something like this, right? He's probably going to do something like this and take this sell and use these fans as TP zones, which he's not wrong because, look, guys, it hit them all. And guess what? It starts rejecting off of those. Okay? He obviously is a millionaire trader, so let him continue to do his thing. I'm not going to sure the fuck not questioning him. So now look. So we got structure here. We have this top line. We had a bottom, it broke, it's taking out liquidity. So everything is playing, this is exactly what we want to happen. All right, the emotions are in check. We're nice and chill. We're in our trades. We've managed our trades. This is what we want to happen. So, yeah. You guys have any questions? Wayne's in here, Juan's in here. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Cody. What up, my boy? Let me know if you guys have any questions. That way I can expand on some of this stuff, right? So it's 7 o'clock. The news has already been out. Dipshit's going to talk here in a little bit. Chad Powell. What am I, fucking Asian? Fed Chair Powell in an hour. But really the market, the news just came out. All right. And so if the market's going to react to some certain way, it probably would have done it. That's why I like to trade at this time frame. We do have market open at 8:30. So there could possibly be some volatility on that. But for now, we're in these buys. Oh, before I forget, let's look at this EJ trade. Yo, Wayne, are you still in this EJ trade, son? Look at this EJ trade we took, yo. Look at that bitch melt, yo. So again, if you were following along with us, we took an EJ trade. I don't know, originally like in this area. My bad, not a buy, a sell. We took a EJ trade in here, somewhere in there, and then I think it came back. Maybe we took the trade here. Yeah, we took the trade there, and it came back and smashed us. I actually got back in the trade. there. And guess what? Adios, amigos. 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 Whatever. Fuck. Look at that. Trend line broke. We had the order block get respected, right? So this is the last block of candles that led to this gigantic sell-off. Okay, that is our order block. The order block got retested and respected and gone. I got on late. What about gold? I haven't even looked at gold. Oh, it's on the 4 hour. Fuck. I hope you're not trying to sell gold. I'm not trying to fuck with gold. I'm not even trying to sell it. I got my hand spanked twice. And yeah, fuck, dude. Come on. You're trying to sell that? Look at that. Yeah, no. I'm good, bro. I'm not selling gold. I'm not doing anything with gold. I don't know. Buy it. Williams. Fuck it. I don't know. You got a better chance of buying it popping off than anything, to be honest with you. If you're going to try to fuck with gold, if you're going to try to short this, okay. Hey, first of all, let's take a step back and see where the TP is before we do anything else. Okay, here's the top. Top's already got broken. All this fib, all this BS this is all gone. This doesn't matter anymore. Okay, so where is our fibs and where is our potential TP? So if we're looking for a TP off of this. Okay, Cody, if you're still here, Cody, this is why Constance draws. This is why she starts this way and builds down, right? But if we're looking for a fib retracement, this style will not work because look at the percentages are on the wrong side. So Cody, if you're in here, this is what I'm talking about. This is why you buy. This is why I draw fibs from the bottom to the top, okay? Now, here's the deal. This bottom now can be adjusted depending on where these lines match up, okay? This is the difference between her style and my style. I draw knowing that the top's there, then you can come through here and adjust the bottoms. So really, I like this fib right here. This is the true bottom, and look at how this fib lines up. Look at the 236 being respected. Look at the 382 being respected. The 50 got respected. The 618 got respected. So there's the bottom. There's the difference, Cody. Hopefully you're still in here and you're seeing this. There is the difference. I'm calling you out. So for me, guys, I like to draw bottoms. I like to draw fibs in the direction that they're going so that I can find the retracement, okay? Here's sauce, guys. Know this. So I can see where the top is, and then now I can have a percentage on the retracements. Fibonacci is just percentages, right? They're just ratios, okay? So in the book, if you read, she draws hers the opposite. She wants to start at the top because that's a hard top. You know where that is. And then she draws her fib down to find the zones. I just do mine the exact same, just the exact opposite, but we're still getting the percentages in the same direction because we're buying up. We want to see a retracement, okay? So now, having said that, one of our strategies with fib is we need to see at least a 50% retracement. There it is. There's the 50%. So this is now a valid fib. It's now locked in because guess what? It broke. Okay? So I would not be looking for sells until, honestly, until this thing hits fucking TP. Where's the TP? 2,227? We got a fucking long ways to go, man. You got a fucking good long ways to go. So there's what the TP is on that. So yeah, and if you're going to look for sells, there is one thing that you must have, and that is a break of structure. It needs to break, and then you can measure a pullback, and then you can try to sell it. Until that happens, you're shit out of luck on selling. Don't try it. And if you look, none of this is broke structure. Up, sideways, up, sideways, up, sideways, up, nothing. It has not even dipped and broke any kind of structure. So there is no way in hell I'm telling you to sell gold. Just leave it alone. Just do some other shit. Go somewhere else. There's another party next door. All right. Buying up here. And NASDAQ is still doing what it's doing. So basically the charts are the charts. They're really not moving a whole lot. We're already in our trades. We could look at some other things. So we did take that. I also did take a GU sell. And so I'm in a little bit of drawdown here, but it's all good. I mean, it's not much drawdown. Let's look in the 8 hour. And so basically the same thing on the 8 hour. I mean, I obviously realize that this is all liquidity right above us. All right, look at all these tops. And the real sell is probably up here. But, having said that, I was looking at this and I was like, look at all this liquidity here. And it got taken out. I was like, well, this is the order block, right? There's the order block. Let's see if we can have this order block will hold. It's worth a try to see if that order block will hold, because guess what? Now we have these trend lines below, right? We have this area that probably needs to get smashed and taken out. We have this trend line, let's see if we can't get some of these to break and come down and take out this liquidity below us. So I'm in a sell there. I would like to see this sell off, and this is my TP1 as these double bottoms get taken out. And then, of course, I'll leave a runner to see if we can get a little bit deeper. But it's sucking risky because look at all the liquidity that's sitting right above it in that purple box, right? And so the real sell's up here probably. But I took a risk on it. It is what it is. Else we had UCAD. I think our UCAD is in profit. Yep, there we go. Look, guys, UCAD's in profit. Why? Here's the order block. Okay, we had a strong rejection. The market wants to screw around, give us Elliott waves back into our order block. As you can see, the with this arc, that the momentum was starting to lose. So I took the trade off of the bottom of the order block, or actually the middle of the order block, excuse me. And then we had it. There's our break. Okay, so if you're not in these trades, what you can do then is wait for retracement, get your fib out, wait for retracement, and then take it. All right. I don't know if that's going to happen on EJ because EJ's left the market. So perhaps you can find some sort of retrace and go. But, that's about it for now. Yeah, find a retracement and go on EJ. UCAD is gone. And GU's not there yet, so I'm in drawdown. So if you there is a possibility to take a GU trade. I was hoping it would direct by now, but guess what? Look at this overbought. Okay, it's in the area. It's in the area. So you actually have a better trade than I do because your stop losses will be smaller than mine is now. So there is a possibility to take that GU trade. If you look at the DXY again, so on pairs, right? The DXY, because we're looking at GU, right? The dollar is in that. So if we look at the GU, if the dollar pumps up, GU should go down. So we're wanting this is the dollar to pump up. And as you can see, I'm not super excited that it's going to do that. It's broken trend, and it's probably going to come down, and we'll probably lose the GU trade because of that. But you never know. It could find support here and pop off. I mean, if you think about it, though, yeah, it did break trend line, but that's kind of a shitty trend line because it's so steep. You kind of want more of like a 45-degree trend line, and it is also building in this direction. So it could just be finding support off this last bullish candle, and it retraced all the way, and now it's about to pop back up. We don't know. I have no idea. I can see both situations, but I'm willing to risk some money on the GU shorts. We'll just look at crypto real quick about getting ready to wrap this up because the market's doing what it's going to do. Look at Bitcoin. I know someone asked me earlier about Bitcoin. Again, why the fuck would you try to sell that? Just don't. Just wait, man. Just wait. Ethereum. Again, I sold $2,000 right here. Everyone knows I've said it 9 fucking times in videos. I sold a couple grand there. I had to pay some taxes. And it is what it is. Solana. Again, this shit's just so bullish, man. Solana, gone. I'm loving that, dude. $144. I'm loving that. I own Solana. I own NFTs. So I'm fucking good. And I've said this a million times. If you're just now watching us, maybe Cody's still in here, look how Solana went sideways and it had this top. Okay, it had this top in this area. It broke that top, and then after that, it was adios amigos. We're out of here. This is why I'm loving that form because, look, this is Cardano, and I own fucking a lot of Cardano. At 30, 40 cents, how could you not, right? Stack up on Cardano, broke, gone. And right now, it's at 70 cents. If it retraces and just does 50% of its all-time, 50% of this, and we're at $1.60, and you're buying it at 70. That's real money. You don't need a margin trade that. Just fucking throw a couple $100 in there, throw 1,000, whatever. Dot, same deal in Dot. Not financial advice. This is just what I see. All right. Here's that box on Dot. It had a top. It had a top there, and it had this top here, right? This is the same top. Okay. Guess what happened? It broke. There's the top, and it just broke. So guess what? We could be seeing, hopefully, a solid push on Cardano, and a solid push on DOT. DOT's probably one of my favorites just because I like the functionality of DOT, right? If you guys don't know what DOT is, it's a level 0 token, coin, whatever you want to call it. I know there's a difference. Don't get on my ass in the chats about it. But it's a level 0 coin. And yeah. So DOT is able to talk to and do transfers back and forth between Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other coins. So I like the functionality of DOT. That's why I buy it. I also like how Cardano pays out in their payment structure and the proof of stake and everything else, how it goes. And that's why I buy it. Okay, guys, if you guys don't have any questions, you guys are kind of quiet in the chat today. We're in trades. We're managing the trades. I showed you how I manage the trades. I showed you I took 50%. I took, as we're getting this area, I started to shave some off. And we're hoping this takes off, and there could be a possibility for NASDAQ sales later in the morning. So I'm going to let you guys go do it. You guys got to trade on your own, right? I can show you the fishing hole, and I can give you a fishing pole, but you got to catch the fish. So there is a possibility for sales. NASDAQ in a little bit. Retest this order block after it takes this liquidity. I'm not fucking trying to sell US30 for a while. I'm going to let it come up here to 39.1140 before I even start thinking about that. I want to see it clear all this out. I'm not super confident it's going to do that because of this back and forth, but it did give us a nice W, and we're hoping for a push. So I'm not going to mess with it. I'm going to let these buys run. We're not even looking at gold. Gold, just what can I say about gold? It hasn't already been said. All right, gentlemen, we have 14 people in here. Thank you guys, all 14. If y'all drop y'all's a comment in here, I'll say what's up to you guys. I do appreciate you coming in here. So I do appreciate my boy Cody Hannes, Chris and Wayne, Mark Wayne, Mr. Blake. Thank you guys very much for coming here. Got in late. What about gold? Yeah, I'm not messing with gold. RSI in 4 hour been at 80. Oh, I mean, I agree with you on the RSI and gold. Bro, it's so strong. It's so strong. And again, we came back to the higher time frame, and we now see, no, I don't want to alert. We now see a fib. We now see that this is the good thing about higher time frames and knowing fibs and being able to move your fib around so that it makes sense. This bottom and this top, look at the fib levels, guys. If we hide all this stuff, that's correct. I can't hide it because the fib's on there. But what I was saying earlier was the fib top to bottom. Look at how the 236 was respected. Look at how the 382 is respected on the bottoms. The 50 got respected there and there. 618 got respected here. This is without the fib. It is now locked in place because it had a 50% retracement there, and it has broke. So this fib is done with, right? The only thing we can use it for now is a TP, a projection of where this market might go. So the extension on the fib is 2,229. So if you're going to start looking for sales, I would just wait. If you're not, maybe just fucking buy it. I don't know. I'm not suggesting that either, but I'm not fucking around with sales until either A, it hits this 236 extension, or if you do come into smaller time frames, like say at least a 1 hour, and you have a break of structure. All right. And unfortunately, right now, the structure is right here. Right? That's the structure. So you're going to need to see a break of structure. Break this lows. Close below, not a wick, a close below here or here. Like it needs to come down into this area. And then you can measure the pullback, and then you can take the sales. Until it does that, don't even fuck with it. All right. All right, guys. That's it. All 14. Thank you guys very much for coming in here. The only thing I see for now is a possible sell on gold, NASDAQ in a little bit, so keep your eyes open for that. And, I mean, maybe there's going to be a gold, US30 might try to respect this order block after it takes out these wicks. I don't know. I'm not going to be playing that sell, but I might be playing the NASDAQ sell. All right, guys. Y'all have a good one. Market opens in 20 minutes, so see y'all later.